Naruto 662 viewer comments at 663 predictions. Alright, a few announcements. Okay, as you already know, there's no chapter this week. So Kishimoto's taking more time off, but he did such, had a few weeks to do the last one, which was fantastic. So as far as I'm concerned, if he wants to take every other week off and that makes this all better, I am totally for it. Now, an announcement of my own. Google Hangouts for Naruto. I am eventually going to start doing Google Hangouts for Naruto because I had so much fun with the Kill a Kill. It's what I like to do, talking back and forth with people that love the same thing I do. It's just utterly amazing. I'm going to put a link down below to the Kill a Kill, and it wasn't just Kill a Kill. We talked about Naruto and a whole lot of other stuff. It's almost 2 hours. You don't have to watch it, but if you watch a few minutes of it, I think you'll see we're having just a tremendous amount of fun, and I will talk more about how we're gonna, who and when and all that kind of business. Time-wise, and I'm looking more like probably Thursday. I realize it's kind of quick, but Kill a Kill's like Saturday, so I'd like a day in between. That's what I'm looking at as of right now. But anyway, I'm really excited about, like I say, if you take a look, you see how much fun, it really is to do. All right, now let's go ahead and start getting into the viewer comments. Once again, there's no chapter this week. So, Conley Bob Nod, Hey Rampage, we get to see your brother-in-law and hear your dog bark all in 1 week. Pretty good. Actually, there's 2 dogs. And here we go. Conley Bob Nod. I'm actually impressed with Kishimoto for actually giving us a reason why all the other big name shinobi haven't been in the battle. They're caught in a battle of their own with Tobi Zetsu. And Tobi Zetsu is pissed because Madara didn't teach him potty training as a sapling. Still, a better reason than because Rin died. And he's got 1,000 hand Buddha thing out and under control. Awesome. I've been waiting to see that thing come back. I agree with the theory that Yamamoto is inside Zetsu's body, being controlled by him, and it's the only explanation I can see for him to be able to summon that thing. Besides, he hasn't seen Yamamoto for like 150 chapters, so this return is definitely due. It's a different version of the statue. It's smaller, because remember it was like the Buddha was really small in the first, right, Hashirama's, and the rest of this just massive. It was just unbelievable. It's smaller, but of course be able to do different chakra natures and blast people with it. That was pretty awesome. Continuing on. Who better to bewail Sasuke's dying than Tobirama, you say? It's ironic for sure, but he really was the best Hokage. Right there, I know people are just, when you say that, we've already covered a lot of these points. He had his good points. Okay, he was kind of a democratic bigot. All right, moving on. I used to be quite sympathetic to the Uchiha's plight for years, but they really did bring a lot of it onto themselves. This clan is soft. They are emo, sensitive people, and Tobirama is right in saying that they just happen to be the clan who caught his attention the most. Over the chapters, the evidence kept piling up that he was the best Hokage despite his flaws, and I think it was back when he revealed that he invented the Shadow Clone that I decided that he had done more to shape the village than any other Hokage. Tobirama for the win. And speaking of awesome characters, Madara. Every time you think that he can't get any more awesome, this guy actually manages to bring not just one, but both the manga's main characters to seeming death in the space of a single chapter. Who does that? Nobody does that. Well, maybe. Don't follow your rules, bub. This guy is epic win. Okay, I was just totally off on who was in there. I like the idea, and we're going to hear this repeated. Is Yamamoto within Spiral Zetsu, and Spiral Zetsu is manipulating him for power because they were using Yamamoto to power to create a lot more Zetsus or create them faster. Okay, I like that theory because they're already manipulating him anyhow. Okay, so I like that. I like that. Now the other idea is that Spiral Zetsu is just simply that powerful in and of himself. Okay, and the idea is, and this is stuff I've already read. Okay, that from the comments here, and the idea is, that I thought that he was using chakra from Obito. Okay, Spiral Zetsu, but if he isn't, then Spiral Zetsu evidently is pretty powerful in and of his own right, which I think is possible, but I think it's just really weird, So, and of course, the other thing is, if Yamamoto was inside Spiral Zetsu, why wouldn't there have been some clue, right, from Kishimoto? Why wouldn't he just, But to me, that just makes the most sense. Okay, that's just my opinion. It's not like something I have, that just has to be that way or whatever. Anyway, Cully Bob 9, awesome stuff. I would. Well, anyway, we've kind of already gone back and forth. I just want to say to anybody, I would like to get you in a Google Hangout. That would be amazing, to you. And well, you saw how it works, okay. And I would like to get ideally about 5 people, so we can kind of bounce around. It's a good way to bounce around ideas and everything. You can have up to 10, but I think we did 4, and that was amazing, okay. But I would really like to maybe go up to 5, and see how that turns up. But you don't have to have a webcam. You just need a mic, because if you don't have, it's like Elijah Lawson, didn't his cam didn't work, so it just would show his icon. It would just show your icon. It would just so that would you would have the hat and the shirt and everything, and that would just be it. So as long as we can hear you, that would be awesome. But that's cool. And if you decide to do it later or whatever you want to do, that's awesome. You're more than welcome. But I'm going to be looking specifically at people that are writing comments, okay? Because at least people have thought. I know people have really thought about it, and then when they get a chance to speak, they have. They have a lot to fall back on to really dig in and speak on it. And I'm no guru myself, so I need people who have really dug into this quite a bit, and it makes the show much better. And it is a show. So I guess last time Elijah Lawson and NW Order just were amazing, just absolutely amazing show. Continuing on. All right, Dharma 79, Rampage, Steve Riley. I'm about to just start watching Kill la Kill now, since it has your love. Really, Madara 663 is going to be out soon. Well, it's going to be out in a week. Yeah, it's a 2-week break. Okay, Dharma 79, I apologize. Madara 63 did come out. Okay. That's cool. We all know. All right, Sage Blue 92, plot twist. The entire Naruto series is one big Gengetsu. Second plot twist, Toby Rama invented it. Well, I could believe the second part of that, but the whole Gengetsu, there was a show. I'm an old person. Looks like old person warning, right here. There's a show called Dallas, and they killed off a character, Bobby, and everybody liked him. And then they just said, "Well, we got to bring him back." And so they said, "Last season was like a dream." So I've already seen something that was kind of like a Gengetsu. It's all a Gengetsu. A Ishmael, thanks for your comment. A Ishmael, first of all, I like the color images in this chapter. The one with Naruto had me thinking of the Hidden Rain Village because of the background. Overall, the image looked very futuristic to me. It might have been fan art. I think I know what you're talking about, though. Anyway, things look bleak, or it could have been, the actual, yeah. Anyway, the things look bleak for Naruto and Sasuke. Got to say that I was surprised. Oh yeah, I'm definitely thinking of the picture you're thinking about. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. Surprised to see that Sasuke actually got hit, though I'm still not really worried about him. Even if I thought that he and Naruto were really in danger, he is less in critical condition than Naruto, and probably would be saved simply by biting Karen. Being half Uzumaki, it would make sense that Naruto is dying, not dead, immediately after Abiju removed him, like sealing Jinchuriki. For the Kyuubi's removal, it will be interesting to see how Uchimaru will play this out at his point. All right. Sawyer 7 Mage made an interesting observation that Karen may be a better person to go heal Naruto. Two Uzumaki's, right? And her chakra and everything might save his life. Okay? And that Sasuke just basically needs healing. He doesn't need the emergency stuff. Okay? So Sakura could do that. Then, if Sakura does go there, she's still got the diamond in her forehead, which I saw, but I didn't. Somebody else in the comments will point this out. It's like, well, one, the comments this thing, just use that to, do a Tsunade kind of thing, and save Naruto. So yeah. Well, anyway, that's all possible. But anyway, well, Gaara's definitely taken him somewhere. Okay, and people are speculating it's Minato and all. Like I said, I've read the comments. Awesome stuff here. Anyway, let me find my place again, right here. Okay, I hope that he will get lucky. Madara will not be able to create his infinite Tsukuyomi, as there is not much of anything left that would be able to oppose him. I personally want to see it, and I want to see people fight their way out because they have to confront their dreams and, the illusion and bust through the illusion. That's what I want to see. And Naruto being the leader to say, I reject your illusion. Of course, I would like to see him and Sasuke turn into Idos too. So I'm really flexible on this. It would be funny if continuing on. It would be funny if the Sage's Sixth Path had something similar set up in the Geto statue as how Minato appeared for Naruto. When Naruto was about to break his seal. As the final form of the Ten Tails is about to manifest, the actual Sage of the Six comes out with his face even showing and stops Madara. Wouldn't that be something? Yes, indeed it would. Okay, everyone who thinks that Sasuke or Naruto will die, go out and get better analytical skills. Now, I have to be honest. I don't think the thing is that, I think the thing is nobody fears them staying dead. Okay. Or just being gone from the manga. There's nobody that I've heard of. Nobody. I mean nobody that thinks that Naruto or Sasuke are gone. Okay. They're just not. Okay. Continue on. I'm sure there's somebody out there, but I haven't heard them. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, continue on. This whole series has been centered around both characters, so neither one of them will die. Madara is the final villain in the story, so there must be some drastic scenarios to occur. For those who mentioned that Swirly Zetsu is using Yamamoto's body, good call. You guys have some good attention skills. If they're right. Yamamoto is most likely the case with the Zetsu. I personally believe Madara is giving Sasuke the chance to advance his eyes. Remember, Madara said he awakened the Rinnegan right before his death, perhaps realizing that you're going to die might be a condition that advances the eternal Sharingan, and Bleach stuff in quotations. Although note that Sasuke would need Senju DNA, I guess chakra counts. Let me stop right here. That's another thing right here. That's another big debate. Is Senju chakra good enough? Does that qualify? Or does it have to be physically their DNA, right? That's a question. I don't know the answer. People are speculating both ways. And you're right in the middle. You're like, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Okay, continuing on. Anyway, anything would happen at this point. But clearly Madara doesn't want, to kill Sasuke yet. Naruto needs to get the other half of the Nine Tails inside him, and he most likely will. I seriously don't think that the real Sasuke took that sword attack that closed out the last chapter. I still strongly feel that neither him nor Naruto will be gone for good. Yeah, nobody. I don't think. Like I say, I'm sure somebody does. But who did? Yeah. Kishimoto is just teasing us here. I am liking the theories that state both characters will die and somehow be revived, or they'll just be on the brink of death, thus granting them some kind of power-up. As for how they'll get through this, I suppose we'll have to wait and see. Currently, Sakura is trying to work on Naruto. I would personally find it real interesting if she put in a situation where she had to choose between the two, which would be really interesting. Perhaps Minato's half of Kurama's chakra and the jutsu Hashirama gave Sasuke will still somehow come into play. Or maybe Karen will make an attempt to reach him so that he can maybe heal himself by biting her. That's what I found myself thinking as I read each panel with her crying over his current condition. It was nice to get an explanation as to why Hiruzen, Ocharu, and the other current Kage were not helping out against Madara. I was surprised to see them dealing with Hashirama's true Thousand Hands jutsu once I didn't believe we were shown it summoned. I also didn't expect to see the swirling face Zetsu again. It's ironic that he shows up in the manga again just as he makes his Shippuden debut. I see that after all this time he is still obsessed with poop. Those comments had me rolling my eyes. Anyway, this all seems out of the blue to me. Before I read your last comment, I think that the whole, look, I'm not into scat humor or whatever, but the whole idea that Spiral Zetsu's been watching Obito, and his proclamations and his how do we solve this and how do we do this and all this business, and humanity, you don't have the answer. So he goes through all this stuff, and of course that's his evidently that's his central deal. So he's got the mask on, he's demanding answers. So in the anime, I think it's going to be hilarious. The manga, I think, we're just kind of like, it was weird. But in the anime, I think it's going to be very funny. You're not taking my question seriously. So, I think it'll be funny in the anime. I'm not going to watch the anime, but it'll be funny when it's in there. Reading your last paragraph. In the end, this was a pretty good chapter. My favorite part was when Hiruzen stepped up and neutralized the 5-element attack that was unleashed upon the Ninja Alliance. I didn't like the scene where Hinata tripped while making her way to Naruto. I didn't either. Kishimoto could have just made her stop once Gaara took off again and was out of reach. It's a shame that there is a break next week. Things are getting pretty good, and it feels just like we just got back from the holiday break. Like I say, and I'll keep saying it, if Kishimoto keeps putting out awesome chapters when he gets more time, take your time, Kishimoto. Take your time. I would rather have good stuff every other week than subpar every week. That's just the way I feel about it. Anyway, awesome stuff. Really do appreciate it, Ishmael. Good stuff. Awesome stuff. GTR Master 2000. I'll just call it now. Sasuke will use Izanami or Izanagi and then reopen his eye later with Hashirama's DNA. Naruto definitely won't die. I'm sure that Kurama told Gaara was a way for him to keep Naruto alive after he is extracted. If anyone would know, it would be him. Maybe Naruto has to become a host again and have something resealed in order to live. I'm sensing a 10-tail ceiling in Naruto coming. It would help him live, and he would whoop Madara. Also, I'm waiting for Boss Toad to make an appearance, and they were busy with something. It just might be the right time for them to enter. Well, there's no shortage of characters that that Kishimoto can bring back in. It's actually a pretty big problem because he, and there was something. Well, the thing is why doesn't Sasuke just go ahead and he's like, I mean, if you're gonna die, right, then you burn up an eye. You go, okay, well, it's dying, or I got to burn up an eye, so it's kind of want to live. All right, and the way that the Uchiha are always popping eyes around, so you just get another damn eye. All right, continuing on. Appreciate your comments. G. Gorsey, what a great chapter. When I saw the true 1,000-hand jutsu, I was like, when did Madara summon this? Swirling Zetsu. Oh my god. Same week as the anime, he makes an appearance. Naruto and Sasuke on the brink of death is pretty cool. Neither of them have been pushed this far before? And lastly, what the heck is up with another break so soon? Wasn't it enough he had 1 week or 2 ago? Come on. Haha. Tumblr is going to explode. Their tears shall sustain me. Highly doubt either character will actually die. But hey, Swirly Zetsu lives. Swirl Zetsu. Where has he been? I'm thinking that the Swirly Zetsu is actually controlling Yamamoto, since he can all of a sudden use his high-level Mokuton. And the fact that Ochomaru seems to notice something strange about him. But it does make sense to have a villain who can hold off all the rest of the characters, and the third can use all elements from his mouth. I hope we see more. I get the feeling that... wait a minute, I lost my place here. I get the feeling that we have seen the last of him, of all the Hokages at this point. I wonder what Oro is up to. I keep waiting. And that's, I think this is the one thing that you're mentioning now that a lot of people are not focused on, because he's like, well, he said something kind of like we got to be patient, and then he's like, oh, I guess we need to act quickly. That's the way it sounded to me, with haste, with speed. So it looks like Ochomaru, he's seen something. It says, okay, the next part of my plan or whatever needs to happen now. And that's what it looks like. So I'm really looking forward to Ochomaru doing something the next chapter, and and I think he's going to be the one that's going to end up dealing, because it's obviously he's got some plan. He and his team, there's a plan that he has, and it's not letting going to Madara's plan go into fruition there. So anyway. He just said he's hiding out and watching. And what the hell is the Avenger talking about? Now he wants to be Kage. Before, when he made that statement, I kind of thought it was BS, but now I got to say, wow. Also, that was a very emotional death for Sasuke. I wonder what's next. I was happy to see Sarutobi finally getting some action and putting the ET Unlimited Chakra to use. Why this has not been done before is a mystery to me. I'm a bit confused about Sakura and Tsunade. They both talk about being out of chakra, but their chakra reserves on their forehead seems to be full. Why not release that and end use its healing or do battle? How far is Minato from action? It didn't seem to take Naruto long to get to Madara once he left Kakashi and Minato. So why is it taking them so long to get there? It is now my opinion that in order for anyone to defeat Madara, there has to be some type of rebirth. For this reason, I believe Naruto and Sasuke must die, and their death must bring a rebirth that will give them powers not available to either one before. Just like Madara got the Rinnegan as he died, so will Sasuke. Naruto will probably get some type of super juice once he's brought back as well, or maybe Ito, Sasuke, and Naruto come back like the Kages. Like I said, I would love just to see it, just to see their Ito form. That would just be so freaking crazy. I was wondering who was handling the 1K handed statue. Never imagined Spiral Zetsu would be the one. Hinata tripping was just not cool, man. Why have her trip when she's going to her Naruto side? Why? It was... Yeah, nobody seemed to like that either. They are taking it way too seriously that Naruto and Sasuke will die. I think that they may die temporarily and be on the verge of death as they are now, but I can't see either one of them dying. I wouldn't be surprised if they both got to the Rinnegan soon. They are both descendants of the Sage's Sixth Path. Hashirama gave Sasuke his chakra. Not sure if that's the same as the Senju DNA. But as you all recall, Madara awakened it shortly before his death. I wonder if Kishimoto needs to break to figure out himself and how he's going to keep them alive. I wouldn't doubt that one bit. I'm sure Sasuke is going to awaken the Rinnegan, and I'm betting that that's Madara's goal. So he can try and take them for himself, or at least one. Heck, I wonder what Sasuke did with his old eyes. Too bad Sakura never learned Chiyo's jutsu to bring the dead back to life. Well, I don't know. I never liked her I never liked her and would like to see her die, bringing the title character back or stopping him from dying. I remember a filler episode where Sakura was thinking if Naruto and Sasuke are seriously wounded, which one would she say first? And now she will get. Wait a minute. And now she don't even know that Sasuke is almost dying. Good review, Steve. Keep up the good work. Appreciate the positive energy. I want to say that let me read the sentence again. But Sakura, okay. I never liked her and would like to see her die, bringing the title character back or stopping her. I never liked her. I love to see, and I have no idea. I can't explain it. I love to see hatred for characters, especially when it's not, there's no ready explanation to me. All right. I mean, a lot of people don't like Sakura, okay? And then the shipping, I mean, I'm not saying you're shipping, but there's sometimes there's an element of the shipping hatred for Hinata or Sakura that kind of creeps in. But Sakura's character kind of got, anyway, she kind of got trashed. I do want to say one thing though. The whole thing, the way she was built up, and I'm just, I'm on the team, I'm with Naruto, and I'm on your level with Naruto and Sasuke, and then she just kind of wasn't. So that really, I think, was the last straw for a lot of people with Sakura. So there was, Kishimoto's done some bad things for Sakura to get people to hate her. Okay, so I'm not saying there's no reason at all. I wouldn't hate her. But I just for whatever reason am just totally amused by it. So I just think it's pretty awesome. It's a weird thing. All right, continuing on. I really do appreciate your comments. DT Ninja 831. Kishimoto is taking a break to watch the Sumo Championships this week. It's a fact. LOL. All right, DT Ninja 831. By KZ. Maybe having some of Hashirama's chakra will allow Sasuke to use Izanagi for a minute, like Danzo did against him, but I don't know if having some of someone's chakra is the same as having the DNA. So that's another question. Is he going to use it and say, well, I've got, the Senju DNA, we know, can do anything. But Senju chakra, maybe. Maybe it can. All right, appreciate your comment. Armin Gregorian. Yamamoto needs to come back. I'm sure Yamamoto is not in Spiral Zetsu. Spiral Zetsu can use Mokuton because he was the strongest Zetsu and he was the reason Obito used Mokuton. So Obito actually never had Mokuton. And then Dichi Denji 31, good point. It explains why Obito had to link himself to Jubi to use Mokuton. Alright. And I really do appreciate DT Denji 31 jumping in there and answering questions or making his comments in there. Ramel Seri, I don't think that was Spiral Zetsu using Obito. Yeah, that was me just totally off wrong. And I think that it was just Spiral Zetsu doing his own thing by himself. Spiral Zetsu using Mokuton makes it clear that the reason why Obito never used Mokuton, besides when he went berserk after Rin's death. B10s, appreciate your comment. Excuse me. The only way I see Sasuke surviving is if he gets the Rinnegan. And I think Yamamoto is in Spiral Zetsu. That's going to be, I would, percentage-wise, I would say, I don't know, was it 60, 40, 70, 30? I think there are more people that think that Yamamoto is in Spiral Zetsu. Doesn't mean it is, but just from reading the comments and everything. All right, A. Ishmael. Like I said, we'll find out. Chapter 662, The Real End. As the title suggests, this is the real end. The end of the Allied Shinobi is here. They are in great danger. We enter the 15th year of serialization. The cover is cool, but Elysium is where Naruto will go. In case you know something about philosophy, you will understand. Just a joke. Makes sense anyway. Sage Art would release the true several thousand hand is perfect. It looked amazing in the anime. And Spiral Zetsu is back, and we haven't seen him since Obito was a child. Inoki, we have to leave Madara to that Naruto kid. Inoki's been like on everybody's freaking death pool for how long? This old dude will not die. And being an old dude, I kind of like that. You are Kage. You are Kage and senile too. Naruto is dying. Naruto is fighting with unlimited chakra since from Obito's last fight. Finally, some important characters appear in the chapter. I wonder if Ocharu will just stand aside and watch Sasuke dying or will interfere. Kiba. Did he defeat Madara? Asking Gaara if Naruto defeated Madara. Really laugh out loud. I didn't know Kiba was so stupid. No, Kiba, he did defeat Madara. Hinata is now out of chakra, running, and I doubt that the third Hokage will be able to do something. It's been a long time since we saw both Naruto and Sasuke defeated. Considering this is the last battle, this must happen. Oh damn, the manga will take another week break. Jeez, it was 2 weeks of January and no manga now. It's impossible for Naruto and Sasuke to die. They'll survive somehow. By the way, number 666 is getting close. Number of the beast, LOL. Seriously though, that would be a senseless sacrifice in terms of character designations, as all three of them are the chief representatives of the new generation equally. Plus, all three of them are the main characters, and it's pretty clear they're going to carry on the legacy. But I'm sure there'll be a way that doesn't end up with a waste of life or a good character over a useless death trade that would do more harm than good, even to the character who is in the cusp of dying. On that particular front, enough is enough. But at least the previous instances weren't wastes of existence. Of the characters whom I think we are given to survive, I'd say Team 7, who are just as much equals as their seinen teachers, are the only ones who are 100% protected due in part, but not limited, to being among those with the most growth and the ones who best represent the changing times and their elite statuses as young ages and less archaic way of thinking. Everyone, and yeah, those who are overreacting to the final scene are taking the circumstances a bit too direly. It's pretty clear these guys won't die. None of Team 7 will, and I think that much is given. They're only the characters the story is mostly about between Naruto protagonists, Sasuke deuteragonist, probably not even close, deuteragonist, and Sakura tritagonist. Granted, Kishimoto didn't give them equal attention for the longest time, but still. I really wonder if we will be here. I wonder if we will see Naruto and Sasuke finally talk things out in a setting similar to Kakashi and his father. If they are going to win this, they need to get back on the same page, and there might be a way to get them to do it and work through a lot of issues while the battle is on pause. As for how they will survive, about all I can think of is Obito. Black Zetsu is keeping him alive. Maybe he will pull off another Ren Tensei, hopefully killing off BZ in the process. The only other people left who have shown some kind of healing are Karen and Jugo, and I don't see them fixing something this severe. Also, I really want to know what Ocharu's up to. Oro really seems like he is interested in the potential test subject wielding Hashirama's power. I wonder if he is going to make a move to help the third so he can acquire it. Those two paired up and will definitely put a monkey wrench in Madara's plan to pull the alliance at bay. I guess the chapter answers questions as to why other characters weren't helping Naruto, Garabi, and the Bijou. I must say that the technique was freaking awesome. He had an awesome design, and being able to achieve all 5 elements at once was awesome. That was pretty crazy awesome. The professor was awesome as well, and I think it would have made more sense to use the rock, paper, scissors move instead, but canceling the attacks out will still be pretty awesome. An awesome review, Steve. Really do appreciate the positive energy. And I'm going to drink a little bit here myself right here. Oh, actually, I'm going to go with the Gatorade. Going for a bigger boost right here. Dharma 79. What can I say? After reading Madara 662, I am now thoroughly convinced that the only way this fight ends will be when Madara taught Nujutsu himself after getting bored with whooping everyone. Naruto-kun, Sasuke-kun have plot protection, so I'm enjoying this ride so far. I mean, Madara was just soloed everyone at least twice now. And there has to be a way to beat the rest of the Shinobi Alliance into submission and end this arc mercifully before 2016. It's talk about a crazy long war, huh? I really do appreciate your comments. Michael Gethman. I love the seeing the Thousand Hand Buddha doing work. Naruto and Sasuke dying would be kinda awesome. Looks like Toby is back, so Sakura is the only effective healing ninja at the moment. I like the way Naruto is going at the moment. Revelant ninja are actually dying. I still want to see Madara with both eyes and kicking more butt. So fairly, I really like where Kishimoto is heading. Looks like Ochomaru does have another plan. I hope we get to see Ochomaru's plan before the manga ends. LOL. Killing Me 11. Great idea about the Ito, Naruto, and Sasuke. I don't see it happening, but I think it would be epic. Good review also. Madara, you bastard. Yeah. Also, poor B, dying slowly somewhere. He doesn't even get one panel. LOL. How many? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy with the. So many characters and just there they are. All right, continuing on. Really do appreciate your comment. Mr. Marcus, no one really knows Yamamoto's real name. Here's the proof. I will give it to you. Yamamoto is one of the major supporting characters of the series. He is a member of the Konoha Nuba and younger peer of Kakashi Hatake. He's introduced as a temporary leader of Team Kakashi, but has since continued to work with the team. Yamamoto is actually a code name given him by Tsunade. Okay, that I knew, and I think most people know. And then the next part is that you say that Yamamoto, his code name, that Tenzo, I thought Tenzo was his real name, but that was actually his ANBU code name. So what is his real name is what you say. His real name is unknown. Watch Naruto Shippuden episode 34 and everything will make sense to you, as it makes you wonder who he really is. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought Tenzo was his real name. So, all right, appreciate your comment. Trent Lomenga. What if Madara decides to use his sixth path? Better yet, why hasn't he? That would be more driving action on the battlefield. Does anyone also think Sasuke may possibly awaken the eyes of the elder son before the Rinnegan is an option for him? I was trying to figure out if his hawk had the Rinnegan on the eyes of the sage's oldest son. I wonder, did Madara actually ever use his trump card? Hashirama did say the jutsu he gave Sasuke would blind him. Madara, in response to that, the Senjutsu Sage Mode, which lets us know he has gained a Jujutsu ability to counter the Naruto Sage Mode later on. What really had me in thought was Ochomaru's words, not yet, and we should be fast for all, with his attention mainly focused on the Spiral Zetsu, which leads me to believe he is a target of Ochomaru, and maybe another person that assists Madara, who knows. Madara has his original right eye, whose eye is Zetsu trying to get. Not really important unless is Madara's meaning he never lost his light. But if we think all to use Izanami only had Mangekyo Sharingans, never EMS. He does that Does that mean it's possible for Madara having bested Hashirama and still have been able to pass his original eyes to Nagato? But who knows? Appreciate your comments. Kirdigus, 1,000 Buddha hands, finally. I was totally waiting for that to pop in. Pretty ecstatic to see the swirling guy back. Great chapter and great review. It was a great chapter. Really do appreciate your comments. Sean Riley, when I saw this chapter, I'm like, no way Sasuke using the first 1,000 hand summoning. Then I was like, oh, never mind. It takes however was rising before now, taking a fall for Naruto and Sasuke. Looks to me Sakura is acting like a life support for Naruto. Maybe Gaara taking them to a place the Nine-Tail knows Naruto can regain his chakra and boost his power. Maybe the Uzumaki clan shrine where Oro took Sasuke. Who knows? Maybe the fourth to transfer the second half of the Nine-Tails, maybe. I still believe in my prediction, and I'm going to say it here. Naruto's going to have all Nine-Tails in him and become the new sage, and Madara is going to be the 10-tailed host. Appreciate your comments. Education. Is Spiral Zetsu a poo? Fictional characters that don't defecate don't usually make a big issue out of it or ask everyone they meet what it's like to take a dump. I think it's from subconsciously abandoned issues with the man he considers his dad, Hashirama. I see a flashback coming. Madara stalks Hashirama unseen through the forest and passing for a time besides a stream. Hashirama moves on, leaves Madara behind to claim his prize, which Madara really raises his own. Cut the present daddy. And you put in here, or mom, depending on how you look at it. Alright, I will leave that comment as it is. Voice to voiceless, ha ha! I love you for having an opinion about the shipping, even if it's a minor, passive one. You made my day. Other than that, it was a great chapter, except I didn't understand why Kishimoto jumped into Spiral Zetsu without showing us how it came to be, or when, for that matter. Shipping, real short thing. I'm pretty tired. I like to get to the end of this video as much as I enjoy doing it. This looks like it's going to be a pretty long one. But anyway, so I'm going to go, it's not too bad. So, the shipping thing. I'm going to do this real quick. A few years ago, there's been a few other battles, but there's been massive shipping battles. I mean, you haven't seen anything like this in quite a while, of Narahina and Narasaka fans. It was just insane, and I never knew. I was like, who is? And it was everybody. I mean, it was just massive amounts of people in this, and excuse me, and the Narasaka people. I'm a Narahina fan, by the way. And Narasaka people, just it was. They actually had the most coherent, logical reasons for why. Okay. And then the Narahina faction was mainly because she was it made more sense because she actually gave a darn about it. So that relationship wise, it made more sense. And there was also a connection which I saw, which the Uzumaki were like kind of a branch from the Senju, and Hinata's clan was like a branch of the Uchiha. So it was like the sub-branches, if you want to say, or the branch families or whatever, of the two main clans. To marry was saying something, of peace, right, where these two were basically destroying each other. So I saw that on my own as something that was pretty cool. In and above, that was the only thing that was powerful point beyond just them making a better couple. And then the craziest thing of the whole deal wasn't all these other people. It was when I was asked if I didn't even know what the word shipping was, and I went and had to go look it up. Even after this, and I'm like, and I'm a Narahina fan. I don't know if you're Narasaka, that's fine, but when it dawned on me, I'm shipping, and it was hilarious. But anyway, I think a little longer than I thought it was going to. All right, there we go. Okay, and then life in the boot. I wish you guys stopped thinking Sasuke is going to use Izanami. This is a simple fact. One of his eyes is going to go blind by using it. The bad thing about using an ocular jutsu on Madara is that he knows them all. There's no way that Gengetsu can be cast from Sasuke is going to work on Madara. So I guess Sasuke now knows how to cast a Gengetsu perfectly now. He has been average at best throughout the series. The only person who probably can use the Aijutsus with no repercussions is Madara. Depending on how well Madara is, the Sage of the Sixth Path, then he can even use Izanami without going blind, since that was the Sage Jutsu. Some people need to get this straight. The first gave Sasuke chakra, not DNA. He will go blind if he uses Izanagi or Izanami. And that would be a waste of the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. And even if he had the DNA, I mean, it just depends on what Kishimoto wants to do. Even with DNA, he may still go blind if you use it. So, and then the whole thing was, well, anyway, the whole thing was he was using what? Something very similar to Zetsu Danzo anyhow, and it still didn't work. So I don't know. But then again, he didn't have the other half. So, all right. Well, anyway, he went to Uchiha. So, okay, all right. I don't know. It's whatever Kishimoto wants to do. All right, DT Ninja 831. What an amazing chapter! Eye-opening desperation. Zetsu spiraling. Oro plotting. Buddha pummeling. Sasuke Naruto dying. Sakura and Hinata crying. So many people in despair while the end is near. And Madara definitely no longer cares. I like the way you wrote that. Really good. The chapter basically confirmed that Madara created a being that has enough power to be as strong or stronger than the gods of Shinobi. That is just crazy. How much power does this thing have? Seeing the 1,000 hand Buddha was awesome. Seeing fists flying everywhere and alliance members dropping like flies. He is able to use all 5 chakra natures. We are in some serious trouble now. Great to see the professor in action, but Kage's look out of it now. Madara has several pawns working for him, but it seems that Spiral Zetsu is almost working independent. This is quite interesting because maybe the two will eventually clash. Maybe times in the end, pawns turns against the master. Oro is that I kind of the whole thing of the Zetsus. I haven't seen any real independence out of them, or any. I mean, if the biggest thing in their life is poop, I just it would be funny to see. But if Madara gave Spiral Zetsu an answer to his poop question that he didn't like, I don't think Spiral Zetsu is going to say what's on. Just don't. They seem like pretty. They don't seem like they're going to rebel. Okay. All right. That's just, but who knows? All right. Continuing on. Oro is still waiting for his opportunity to take Sasuke. But obviously it can't happen now. His body is near death. Sasuke and Madara confrontation was eye-opening. No remorse, emotionless as he lies there dying. I really like Sasuke's words as he remembered Itachi's words. Looking toward the future with great ambition. Sasuke is becoming more likable each chapter. I think that one of two things may happen with Naruto's revival. Okay, number one, Minato will come to the rescue and see his son near death. Gaara will explain the situation and become the medium between Minato's Edo body and Naruto's. I don't think Minato can actually transfer his portioned Kurama without Gaara's help. Naruto will get the other half of Kurama chakra, but Gaara will probably have to offer some of his energy or something for it to work. Naruto finally wakes up as Minato offers his remaining chakra. Naruto then unleashes his full Sage mode, but Madara shows up and attacks Minato, leaving him helpless. Minato says his farewells and tells his son he will truly be a great Hokage. Naruto enters the battle once again. As for Sasuke, I'm not sure how it will go. Number two, the other way I think could happen is if Minato arrives to transfer his chakra into Naruto, but he's MIA, he's on the dark world between life and death, and Gaara helps Minato transfer his chakra. Naruto enters the mind of Kurama and sees the dark half, and they have a conversation. He explains about the Sage, and he has chosen Naruto as the one to bring peace to the world. And as we Flashback to the sage, and Naruto then leaves the end into the dark place, only to see Sasuke lying there dead. Naruto then sees a bright light and the image of the sage, and they talk, and the sage explains that both Naruto and Sasuke are a reincarnation of his sons, and he then brings Sasuke back by giving him some energy as the light dims, and then he gives all the remaining power to Naruto. Back on the battlefield, both shinobi wake up with newfound powers, ready to take on Madara. These might not happen, as they are just theories of mine, but I guess anything can happen, lol. And this is just for their revival, nothing more. Great review, Steve, and keep up the good work. Really do appreciate your comments, as always. And what would we be doing? I mean, we create scenarios, ideas, theories about what's going to happen. That's one of the things that's awesome. And of course, it's awesome when it happens, but it's just so much fun to do. All right, really do appreciate it. DT Ninja throughout. Mad Jop 22, great episode. I'm pretty sure Gaara is taking Naruto to Minato to get the other half of the Kyuubi. Probably what Kurama said to Gaara. And oh, by the way, Karen and Ochimaru. Appreciate your comments. Dolex Average Legend. I think Yamamoto is behind the Spiral Zetsu. But seriously, the only way Naruto is going to live if Minato gives Naruto the Nine Tails. However, the way I see it going down is Karen and Tsunade or Sakura will pull a Granny Chiyo and save Naruto and Sasuke. Appreciate the comments. And we're down to about the end, and I am tired. Trithlo Manga. I cannot wait for the Ochimaru Taka arc. Trithlo Manga. My thoughts. Sasuke will use one of the Izuna Jutsus, but I don't think he will lose his eyesight. If he does, he either gets the eye of Obito or Madara somehow, or he reopens or doesn't lose the light due to the ENS, seeing that he may yet understand how Madara bested Hashirama exactly. We know Naruto will survive due to Kubi's other probably generating power-ups for him. As far as Hashirama's gift to Sasuke, probably an ability that may amplify his visual prowess. Killer Bee can cut an octopus tentacle off right or substitute Jutsu. Where is Guy and Rock Lee? I don't think that's. I mean, I think that I don't know. I don't understand. Anyway, I don't understand. If the Nine Tails is all getting pulled in, then why isn't all the chakra everywhere? I don't know. I'm a little confused by that. So just certain halves or sections, or so I don't know. That would be kind of cool if B could, fool it, but I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyway. And really do appreciate your comment. And Mario Lavetti, check out this video. Okay, I don't see a link or anything here. And that's going to be it. That is it. Okay, I'm going to say something. I think I've said it again, and I don't remember if I said it in this video. Something that would be interesting is a third pairing would be. Instead of Nara Sakura, I guess it would be Nara Karen kind of thing, because she's an Uzumaki, right? His mother wanted him to meet, or they want a woman like she was, redhead Uzumaki, with some a temper. Now Karen's also crazy and a masochist, so. Get some extra baggage there, but anyway, she fills out some of the other stuff. That would just knock out. That would be so interesting if that's the way that the series ends. Naruto and Karen. That would just be so freaking hilarious. And yes, a lot of things would explode. The fandom. That'd be so funny. Anyway, I really do appreciate everyone's efforts. Once again, I want to go ahead and repeat. At some time. And it probably will replace these viewer comment videos, as I will start doing a Google Plus Hangouts. And as I said, I will we'll see how it goes. I've only done one, and it was for Kill la Kill. Like I said, I will put a link below. Take a few minutes, and it's not just for Kill la Kill. There's a lot of other stuff that was discussed, and we had a ton of fun. It was almost 2 hours, and I was just pumped after it. I just loved doing it. It was so much fun. All right, like I said, I'll put the link below. Check it out if you want. Of course, you can do whatever you want. But like I said, if you watch 5 minutes of this thing, I mean, the response I've gotten back from people is that once you start watching it, it's all so much fun. It's definitely the best thing I've ever done. I've done almost 500 uploads, and this is definitely the best thing I've ever done. And the longest, almost 2 freaking hours. All right, you guys make this channel. It's viewer comments. You've seen how awesome that stuff is. And like I say, the actual sort of interviews, conversations, the hangouts, as they call them, Google Plus, are just amazing. And as you can tell, I would much rather talk to people. Okay, and really what I end up being is a moderator, because I'm really a fan. I'm not a guru. So to get people on, have them explain. And one thing that I think most people realize by now is that I actually am interested in what other people have to say. I'm just curious. And like I say, I'm a below average fan until I start getting feedback and start getting discussion. That really helps push me up considerably. So it's just my personality. So of course, anything where we can talk and everything. But like I say, if you see that video, you'll kind of see, and that's the first one, for crying out loud, the first one ever, and it's dynamite. Check it out, it's down there. Anybody can be an anime fan. You can always subscribe, you can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.